everybody, it's your boy Susty, Rock Mag Review Time. It's that time again. We're getting right into it. We'll get into it shortly. JW, this one's for you. We got Guns N' Roses. Special release. This is a special issue. Fresh off the presses. Retro style from Sentinel Media. And this one's a little bit harder to find. Limited release. You may find it some boutique type of newsstands, that sort of thing. Some of the big box stores had that shortly, I believe it was. You can still get it online, possibly at a few places, I would imagine. But right now, we got this one fresh off the presses, so we're going to get into it. Go retro style back to 1988-89. Appetite for Destruction era. Let's get right into it. So as promised, ROG Mac review time. Here it is, Guns N' Roses from Sentinel Media, fresh off the presses. We're going to get right into this one. As I said earlier, there's a few places you can find it, probably in your local boutique type of newsstand. You can talk to the local guy there and see if he can bring that in for you, or just try to find Sentinel Media and search for this Guns N' Roses release. I found this one particularly in one of the big box stores. They happen to be carrying it for a limited time, I guess. But occasionally you'll see these out for different bands, and they happen to do a review on these guys, the unofficial fan guide. So let's get into a little flip-through action here and see what we got. Okay, so let's start right here. Basically right off of the album cover itself, you got all the boys, Steve Adler, Duff, Axl, Slash, and Izzy, the 5 original members. And it'd be great to see if we could get everybody back for one more tour with those guys and the original members and see what it sounds like, right? See what they sound like with the 5 original members. See if we can get that magic back one last time. All these guys are getting a little bit older now, so it's now or never, right? Late 90s clip right there. And some more up here on top. Dressing room, I believe. Alright, and they're just going to go through chapter 1 here on the introduction. Let's see. Guns N' Roses came together after 2 bands split apart. They get into that. Appetite for Domination. How Guns N' Roses a shot to superstardom. Chapter 3, fan favorites. 4, the most dangerous band in the world. And I thought that was Motley Crue, wasn't it? Still is. Maybe not. Chapter 5, Live and Let Die. Chapter 6, the most expensive rock album ever, and that was the story of Chinese democracy. And that was a real long time before that came out. 7, Not in This Lifetime, the band's history of breakups led to reconciliation. And Chapter 8, Take Me Home, the legacy of Guns N' Roses. And that's page 88. So let's get right into it here. Why we love GNR. There's plenty of reasons why we would, right? Especially the original lineup. Welcome to the Jungle Era. Appetite for Destruction. Here's a shot of Izzy and Axl back in the day. Fun and Games. Guns N' Roses came together after 2 bands. LA Guns, which are a great band, and Hollywood Rose, a split apart. Combine the 2 different members, and there you have it. Looks like this shot was at the Troubadour back June 6, 1985, so that's a pretty cool shot. Take you back in history there a little bit. Wow. Must be some early practice days here. You got Slash playing a Warlock back then. BC Rich Warlock. Wow. Early look there. Axl with his more punked out here. Axl and Slash. Let's see what else here. Wow, here we go. You can see it right up here at the top. LA Guns. And it looks like Axl was fronting at that time. It was a mixture of the two. And you got some more down here. And yeah, they go right into it. Rose briefly fronted the band LA Guns, which was led by guitarist Tracy Guns on this page. And you can see Tracy right there. And that was back October 31st, 1984. There's another shot of Slash with his Warlock. Got a Kaler on it, dang. For all you guitar guys. You notice that? He's going on to say here, Slash, it just gelled. It was one of those magic moments that musicians speak of, and you just know. It's like when you're playing with the right guys and it sounds just right. You know, that's the lineup. And yeah, there it'd be right there. Izzy, Duff, Steve Adler, Slash, Axl. A little backstage shot here. Just amazing to see that they got all these photos here backstage in the day. There's a little quote from Slash. It says, "That type of calculated rebellion wasn't an option for us. We were too rabid, a pack of musically like-minded gutter rats. We were passionate with a common goal and a very distinct sense of integrity." I mean, you got to go back to that first album, Appetite for Destruction. It's a classic, always will be. And in my opinion, probably the best, obviously. You know, if you're coming from that era, it's just, they had everything. It changed everything, really. From more or less the big hair bands of that time and moving on to more of a harder rock style. And then eventually, what ended everything was grunge, which we all know. But Guns N' Roses kind of took that and went to the next level. This is when Geffen picked them up, and they were found by the Geffen rep, the A&R guy, Tom Zutaut, back in the day from Beechwood Canyon. Got him, put him on the map. Picture him back in 1987 right there. It's right before like 88 and 89 where everything kind of just blossomed. One of the great songs, of course, Paradise City, 1989. And talking about Rocket Queen in 1987, Slash saying here, Steve came up with the beat, Duff joined in with the bass line, and away we went. So, I mean, it's kind of how it goes. You start jamming out, you have these rough ideas, somebody starts with something, everybody else kind of just fills in. And then before you know it, you got a little something. You can kind of feel when you do and trash the stuff that you don't. Patience from 1989. Civil War 1993. This is obviously when Axl changing his get up a little bit there, moving on from the punked up here. Stephanie Seymour with Axl Rose back in the day, 1991. Looks like they dated for more than a year or something like that. I believe she was in that Don't Cry November Rain videos. You got Axl in that one, classic shot. Some really great pictures in this stuff. I mean, these guys did a great job, I gotta say. Back in 1987, this one's from. They go on to say here, Guns N' Roses' antics were so legendary, so over the top that Rolling Stone published a list of their 50 wildest moments. I'm sure there was at least 50, if not more. Some great black and white, some great color in this magazine, crisp. We got one here, Steve Adler, original drummer, of course, and he's still got his band right now with his singer that actually sounds incredibly great doing Guns N' Roses songs. If you haven't already, make sure you check them out on YouTube. Well, all over the place, but Steve Adler's band there. Just look up Steve Adler, and right away something will come up with him and his band. I think it was under Adler's Appetite at one point. Goes on to say here by Slash again, touring has its downfalls. Of course, it's distorted kind of reality, but I swear to God, that 45 minutes or whatever makes it all worth it. When you're not touring, you're always looking for something to fulfill that. So, his little take on the touring. Got four of the guys right there. Slash with his iconic Gibson. This is when they go on in this chapter to say the Live and Let Die era, where they had a lot of tensions, problems within the band, which led to, the eventual split up, which is an all-common factor in rock and roll, especially back in those days. October 18th, 1989, Guns N' Roses headed to the LA Coliseum for one of the most anticipated rock shows of the year. Again, that was kind of right at their peak. Down below, you got one here of Axl and Mick Jagger. They're at the Cat House, the one at the top here. Ricky Rackman's Cat House. And that was featured actually in the Metal Years. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. Alright. Guns N' Roses with the Stones hanging out. This is the new lineup now, heading into the 90s. Matt Swarm, the drummer at that point. Dizzy Reed in the band. And I think towards the end of that, that's when Izzy Stradlin left the band. Use Your Illusion albums, they were really great. But really after that, that was kind of it for me. the whole Chinese democracy. It did have some good stuff. It was just so long and drawn out, in my opinion. Got Axel with a Raiders jersey on. Let's go. So yeah, back in 2006, it says there, the official website was finally updated. Its first LP since 1993. We got Buckethead playing for him at that point. Some stage footage from those tours. Just really enjoying some of these pics here. Pretty cool. Okay, chapter 7 now. Not in this lifetime, the band's long history of breakups led to reconciliation. Right here, April 16th, 2016, the stage at Coachella was set for a Guns N' Roses reunion. Slash signing some of his books here. And then a quick show at the Troubadour. Wow. A little warm-up gig there. This goes on where Duff McKagan says that just the fact that we got together and talked would have a long-lasting effect on me. It says here on June 24th, 2023, the still reunited Guns N' Roses lit up the night in the open-air Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England. Here's one shot of Steve Adler. And here we go, last chapter. Take Me Home, the legacy of GNR, guys. Got Matt Sorum, Steve Adler, both the drummers of GNR at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there. You got the guys hanging out with Green Day. From the induction back in 2012. stuff going on to say here. He was so honored to have met these guys back in the alleys of Hollywood from back in the day. And another, yes, classic shot from the Appetite for Destruction era. 1989. A few more pages here, guys. Whoa, mugshot from Axel back in the day. Yikes. Lafayette, Indiana. And another quote here from Slash. I liked it when young kids loved us and we were still sort of underground. Now we're sort of a circus act for normal people to go. Look at them fall down. Isn't that cute? The fact is that we're sensitive people. He could be referring to their latest, their recent outing with the guys back together with Slash, Duff, Axel. And, Axel hasn't sound great at a lot of shows. That's, common knowledge. It's been out there. There's a lot of videos about that. So that could be something that he's referring to, I would guess. And that's pretty much it. There it is. I mean, great mag, great photos. You got GNR, Appetite from era. And what could you ask for? I mean, great photos back in this magazine for sure. Straight through, color, black and white. They go in a lot of in-depth stuff in the magazine. I already looked that over. I'm going to get into it a little more deeply at some point. But that's the gist of it. If you haven't seen it already out there, go check it out. Try to pick it up if you can. There's a lot of in-depth stuff in these articles. They did a great job with this. I mean, the pictures are great. Appetite for Destruction, guys. This was it back in the day. 1987 through 89. That was pretty much... That was the gig back then. There you go. There you have it. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's your boy, Susty. I hope you enjoyed the mag review. There'll be more to come. Just found this, came across it, and I thought this would be great. I'm going to get into it myself a little more in depth and read these articles. But I hope you enjoyed. JW, that one's for you. And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.